Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation for ICRA 2021. I am Martin Jacquet from the LAS CNRS in Toulouse in France, and I'm going to introduce you to our paper called Motor and Perception Constrained NMPC for torque-controlled generic aerial vehicles. In this talk, after a short introduction on the objectives and motivation of this work, we're going to present the model of the system that we used, including the model of the UAV, the model of the sensors, the constraints that act on our system, and then formulate the optimal control problem. Finally, we will present the results that we obtain both in real experiments and in simulations. This work is an extension of a work previously published in ICRA 2020, and its main objectives are to define a nonlinear model predictive control framework for what we call generically tilted multi-rotor UAVs. We wanted our framework to compute the real actuation input of the platform, which are the motor torque input. And we also wanted to include some perception constraints on the system, as well as some realistic actuation constraints. Our motivation were to ease the use of such aerial vehicles in critical situations where perception is an important factor, such as, for instance, search and rescue applications, or applications in a cluttered environment or in human-populated areas. Such critical tasks where the perception is important can be, for instance, maintaining the visibility over an important feature, maintaining the visibility over a set of fiducial markers that could help the system for localization, track a mobile phenomenon where the time coverage is important, or even maintain some safety distance with respect to the environment. The main contribution of this work are to propose a non-linear model for generically tilted multi-rotor vehicles, to propose a geometric model for generic sensors, in order to express the perception constraints and objectives, propose an uncertainty estimation for the feature detection to express this constraint, propose a fully open source implementation that is running on board on a standard Intel NUC PC, and finally propose a performance analysis over some real flight experiments. I am first going to present the model of the system that we are using. We call such a model a generically tilted multi-rotor, and is a model that includes the standard collinear quadrotors, but can be extended beyond, for instance, with tilted propellers hexarotors. You can see in this slide a picture of such a platform flying, and then a graph of the various frames that are involved. The system is modeled as a flying rigid body that is actuated by N propellers, and one or several sensors are rigidly attached to these bodies. What we call a sensor is a device that is able to retrieve in its own frame the 3D pose of an object that falls into its field of view. In this graph, you can see the depiction of the model of a monocular camera. That is the sensor that we chose to use for our experiments. The motivation behind this choice is the large availability of such sensors, as well as their lightweight, that is their use on a flying platform. The state of this system is described as follows. First, the state of the body, which is composed of its position in roll frame, its attitude, depicted in quaternions, as well as its velocities and angular velocities expressed in roll frame. Second is the state of the actuators that we chose to depict using the vector of the N forces exerted by the N propellers. Finally, the input of the system is the derivative of these forces. It has been shown in previous work that these forces and their derivative are linked to the speed and acceleration of the propellers by a change of coordinate, and that using these as the system input is much more realistic since it can be equivalent to considering the motor torque as the actual system input. The kinematic and dynamic equation can be written as such. The equation 3.b links the attitude, represented in quaternions, to the angular velocities. The equation 3.c is the complete dynamic equation of the system. From what we saw, we can now express some realistic actuation constraints on the platform. We want that the state of the actuators, gamma, is within some given bounds that are linked to the physical limitation of the actuators, and are typically given by the constructor of the propellers. And we also want that the system input, gamma dot, is also within some given bounds. The lower and upper bound of gamma dot can be obtained through an identification campaign. Now we are going to express some perception constraints and objectives to which our system is subject. First of all, we want to express a field of view constraint, or FOV constraint, that expresses the fact that a given point M falls into the field of view of the sensor. In order to propose a realistic model of a monocular camera that has a pyramidal shaped field of view, we need to decouple the horizontal and vertical FOVs of the camera. What is shown in this picture stands for the horizontal direction, but a similar one could be written for the vertical. We can see that for a given point M to be within the blue field of view, we can write a simple geometrical inequality. Hence, we obtain with equation 5 the decoupled FOV constraint. In order to increase the reactivity of the system, it is important that the feature is always as close as possible to the image center. Hence, we want to express this objective in the cost function. We want to minimize the angle beta between the feature M and the principal axis of the sensor, which is equivalent to maximizing the cosine of this angle, which computation is more efficient since it consists in a simple dot product. We also want to minimize the derivative of this quantity, since it will help to reduce the motion blur and improve the tracking of the feature. We can now express the full optimal control problem as such. We note that the equation 6a is not rigorous, since we are considering the geodesic distance between quaternions instead of the Euclidean one. We decided to keep this notation for the sake of legibility. In order to improve the tracking of the 3D pose of the moving feature provided by the sensor, we use the standard extended Kalman filter. Since we are using a monocular camera, the real measurements are the pixels of the four corners of the fiducial marker. Hence, the 3D pose uncertainty sigma m is computed from the pixel uncertainty of the corner measurements that are propagated through a first-order approximation scheme. I will now present the results that we obtained using the implementation of the model that we presented. First of all, a few words about our software implementation. Our code was written in C++ using Genome, which is a middleware agnostic component generator that can be compiled for a given middleware, such as ROS or YARP, for instance. This implementation is fully open source and can be downloaded along with all the materials required to run some gazebo simulations. This is the hardware platform that we are using. It is an handmade quadrotor equipped with an Intel NUC onboard PC. The sensors that we use are two Intel RealSense cameras, one down-facing and one front-facing. Each camera will be assigned to tracking one fiducial feature. And the state feedback of the quadrotor is given by the motion capture and the IMU. In the first experiment, the goal of the UAV is to reach a state of waypoint. All the motion is made in the X and Y plane at a constant altitude of z equal 1 meter. In the first place, the perception constraints and objectives are not enabled. We see that along the motion, the fiducial markers tracked by the cameras are indeed going out of the field of view. On the plot on the right, we see the XY motion of the UAV. The black square corresponds to the two fiducial markers, while the colored dots correspond to the Z coordinate. We see that all the motion is made at a constant altitude. Now, we will enable the perception constraints and objectives. The reference waypoint given to the UAV are exactly the same as just before. We see that the UAV motion is modulated to comply with the constraints, and indeed the fiducial marker never leaves the field of view of the two cameras. However, there is no trade-off between the perception objectives and the trajectory tracking. In order to ponderate the two tasks, one has to play with the weight of the cost function of the MPC. The plot on the left shows the values of the cosine of beta and the associated lower bound. It is a condensed representation of the field of view constraint that it imposed. We see that for both cameras, the constraint is never violated along the motion. In the second experiment, the task is to stay on top of a moving target at a constant altitude while keeping one fixed target in the field of view of the front-looking camera. Again, on the plot, we see that the perception constraint is never violated along the motion. We also mention here that for the two presented experiments, the actuation constraints are largely respected by the platform. I will now present a simulation with another type of UAV, a tilted propeller exarotor, that has a larger actuation span than standard quadrotors. The objective of the exarotor is similar to the previous experiment, staying on top of the mobile target, while keeping two other features in the field of view, one with the front-facing camera and one with a down-facing camera. In order to simulate a mobile target with a slightly erratic motion, we attached a fiducial marker on top of a moving quadrotor with slightly detuned gain. The EXA rotor is controlled by the NMPC, and we see from the video that the constraints are never violating along the motion. Something interesting from this simulation is to see that the EXA rotor is able to take advantage of this larger actuation to maintain the visibility in some configuration that the quadrator cannot reach, in particular being stable with a non-zero roll and pitch. We see from the plot on the right that in order to achieve this configuration, the UAV reaches the bounds of the actuation. For the period between 20 and 40 seconds, we see that the UAV is flying in a tilted configuration and that 2 of the propellers reach the lower bounds, while the 4 other are almost at the upper bounds. We also see from the plot on the left that the inputs of the system also reach their respective bounds. It shows that the system is able to exploit its capabilities at best while never exceeding them, thus obtaining the best trade-off between performance and stability. To conclude, the achievements of this work are to extend the previously proposed nonlinear models with the use of quaternions, to propose a fully on-board implementation of the NMPC that is able to handle several types of UAVs, to handle realistic actuation and perception constraints, and to propose a fully open source implementation of this framework with the material required to run some simulations. Some possible future extensions for this work include the extension of this framework to multi-robot systems, the handling of NMPC failures, for instance where the constraints are not visible, to add some visual inertial state estimation in order to get rid of the motion capture, and to replace the fiducial marker with some image processing detection algorithm. This work was partially funded by the French ANR under the project Murofen and by the European Union under the H2020 Ariel Core project.